Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes, more or less on time this week. I'm smoking Peter Stockby's Luxury Bullseye. I don't know how he does it, but every Peter Stockby blend that I've smoked, which is a grand total of 2, but I've really enjoyed them both. I really like them both. Which is a pain because it's not so easy to get hold of. But the dark, strong flake is cracking, and the Luxury Bullseye is just really lovely as well. Alright, a couple of things before we start. Well, before we start with the pipes anyway. I just wanted to say, if you've emailed me recently and I haven't got back to you, please bear with me. It's been a bit heavy on the correspondence in the last week or two. I will get round to everybody as soon as I can. I just wanted to call out Eric, Charles and Welsh Piper 62. There's only one Eric and one Charles and one Welsh Piper that has emailed me. So if you are those people, I will get back to you as soon as I can, promise. And I also wanted to do a quick call out to David Hanson, who wrote me a really lovely email. I had half a mind to read it out, actually, but then some inner judgment said, no, don't do it. But I do want to say, I do have the greatest sympathy for anyone who has any sort of long-term chronic illness, something like that. Illness itself is just the worst thing ever. It just sucks the joy out of life. They say, a healthy person wants 100 things, a sick person only wants one, and that's universally true, I reckon. So I will write to you soon, David, but thanks for the email, it was lovely. Right. What was I going on to next? Oh yes, just wanted to show you an idea. Ever since the UK pipe show, I've been more or less catching up with commissions. That's what I've been doing. And so while I've been doing that, I've been thinking, what do I want to do next? A new pipe, something that I haven't made before. I was imagining kind of melding, I wanted to sort of take the idea of the Slender Man, thin shank, and do something new with that. And I'd also been working on a lot on the internals of a specific shape that you'll see in a bit. And I kind of wanted to use that. And so I drew a little thing called Slug on a Stick. And as you can see, it's kind of based on a sort of a pierced fish idea. But this being a really slender, the Slender Man type shank, going right through the bowl shape. And I was discussing it with some other pipers, Chris Herriot and Paul Lucas, and Chris pointed out that it was a little elephant footish, which it kind of is, because it's going to be kind of the on this facet, it's a very thin facet, you might get a very little straight grain, but it's really about the bird's eye that you would get on the front face. And then I was thinking of rusticating on the back. Yeah, so that's what I got in my mind, something like that. The proportions are a bit all over the place in that one, but I just needed to jot down the idea while I had it. It's going to get a run a pipe cleaner down there. All right. To this week's pipes. Ta-da! It's an acorn. Get used to it. This one, really nice. Just a good rugged sandblast on it. Dark chocolate. And full saddle stem. Which, so it's really the brother of this one. If you're wondering, these are really light pipes. Someone just asked me what the weight was. I hadn't even weighed this one because it's not something I normally think to do. But this fellow is 36 grams. And this stem is ebonite. I have a rod of ebonite just for doing these at the moment because these are quite slim. Probably the slimmest stems that I do in terms of width. And because I guess I normally do a half saddle, I guess the full saddle is pretty slim as well. So really, that's a nice fan of straight grain there. You can see the quite wide bands of ring grain. I just subtly scooped out the rim on this one because it seemed like a good idea. So yeah, these are a lot thinner on face on than you might expect. This one is actually drilled for 6mm filter. So if you're out there wondering, can I do these for a 6mm filter? The answer is yes, with a caveat, which is that you need to be cut if you're using the balsa wood filters. So you can't use those slim, are they charcoal? The filled cardboard ones anyway. It has to be the balsa wood ones because you have to cut them to an inch length because that was the only way I could do this shape. Because I needed to work a little bit of bend in, and if the filter had been the full length, it would have straightened out the shank too much. So there you go. Where did I put the bag? On my lap. And the next one. Also a strawberry, also an acorn. This one really is the brother of this fellow here. Now, the chap who commissioned this was hoping for a smooth, and as you know, I don't take commissions for smooths, but occasionally the stars align, and he got a smooth. Total chance. Again, sort of just finished in a chocolate stain, just knocked back a bit, just to reveal the grain. Got the straight grain going down the sides of the shank either side. Again, half saddle stem. Half saddle stem. What is wrong with me? Saddle stem. Full saddle. Again, I slightly scoop the rim because it seems the right thing to do at the moment. Just made it a bit more acorny, I think. Something like that. There you go. A pair of acorns. So you can see from the slug on a stick, the tapered bowl is the internal for the acorn and the strawberry. And if I make it, slug on a stick. Right, oh yes, there was one more thing I just wanted to see. Tobacco. If you know anyone who is looking to sell some aged esoterica, then do get in contact with me. It's not for me. I'm doing a search for someone else, and their big thing is esoterica, but not fresh. They want some aged stuff. So if you know someone who's looking to sell some aged esoterica, bags, tins, whatever. I don't think even the blend matters. It's just, you know, people that want esoterica, they want esoterica. I did tell them it's not an easy thing to find. Finding it fresh is hard to find. Finding someone with it aged willing to sell, that's even harder. But I thought I would put the word out. You never know, someone might be wanting to offload some of their stash, and I have someone willing to buy. So if you do know, send me an email at the address below and we'll have a chat. All right, I believe that's it for this week. I'll be back, as usual, as mostly usual, next week with at least one, if not more, pipes. All right, until next week, take it very easy, goblins. Your loyal pipe maker.